Okay, happy Friday 13th, 2021 out there, everybody. Yesterday I was prepping for the winter season coming up, and I filled up my propane tank, which that old tank I have, when it shows, it's a 500-gallon tank, and they will only fill at 80%, which is 400 gallons. So my actual gauge on the tank, when it shows empty, actually has about 200 gallons in it too. So that's the third year in the row that it's red like that, and it's the third year in the row it's taken around 200 gallons. Yesterday it took 214.2, and I paid a dollar point 89.9, so $1.90 a gallon. Last year I paid $1.14 a gallon, so it went up a little bit. And I had a new first stage regulator put on, which was $78, and a $40 gas check service leak fee, because apparently this company has just been sold. And the guy that was here is really cool. He told me yesterday who bought it was some foreign country. It was not China. I don't remember which country it was. So this guy's been coming here for 3 years. He did the checks. My tank is an old tank. It's a 1952 model, and I'm a 1954 model, so it's actually older than me. So he actually went down and wrote the serial number down so no one would come out here to look at the tank and try to sell me a new tank. So that was pretty cool. So anyway, in a minute I'm going to take you outside and show you what was done with the tank. I did have a leak in the first stage regulator last year when it got down about 20 degrees outside. I walked by the tank and it sounded like a tire on a vehicle going flat, and lo and behold, it was the regulator. And 3 years ago I bought a new regulator online, and we tried to hook it up yesterday. The guy was real helpful. He had a million fittings in the truck, and he told me that was a commercial duty regulator, because this new regulator I put on is rated 2 million BTUs, and the regulator that I had bought online that we were unable to hook up because of the weird fittings it had, he said that was a commercial duty regulator, and that one was almost 3 million BTUs. So it was never made for a residential use. Alright, so I'm going to cut this off, and then I'll go outside and show you what we did to the tank. I'll be back. Okay, that's the rundown on the LPG propane gas for the propane heater and my propane hot water heater. So with the propane, I have the propane heater, I have the wood stove for heat, and when it's sunny out in the winter time, I heat this place with the three 1500 watt electric heaters I have, quartz heaters. Generally run 2 at a time. So 3 different ways here to do almost everything, and 3 different ways to make heat is, I think, a pretty smart move. You may have a wood stove, you may have heating oil, you know, everybody's got a different setup. But I like 3 ways of doing everything. Backups and my backups. Alright, I'll take you outside and show you the tank and what was done to it. I'll be back. Okay, here's the picture of my old tank with the new regulator on it. This is the old regulator that used to be on it. You can see where I covered it full of silicone last winter when I noticed it was leaking. So how much leaked, I don't know. Another issue with this tank is the gauge is inaccurate, and it does silly things. Let me get that out of the way. Yesterday this read 60% chock full. Now today it's showing a little under 50%. And it was filled, because when they fill this, they open this gauge right here. And when the white propane comes out, you hit the liquid, and that's when they stop filling it. So it's full. It just doesn't show full. So anyway, we got a brand new gauge and prepped up for winter. And now I know when this thing shows empty, I still have about 200 gallons in it. That's the third, this will be the fourth winter here. So that's the third time the gauge shows empty, and it's got 200 gallons in it still. So that's pretty cool. So anyway, that's the update on the propane tank and the cost of propane. Like I said, was $1.90 a gallon this year. Last year it was $1.15 a gallon. In 2020, I guess in the middle of the summer, it had dipped down to 98 cents a gallon, I was told. So anyway, I'm all set propane-wise for the winter. And that's my update. Propane fuel is prepped for winter time. One more item off the list. Thanks for watching.